What do you think we do at the National Film Board of Canada? Exactly, we make movies. And we make two specific kind of movies. Yes, animation, yes. And what do you think is the other type? Real, yeah, they're real, about real people. Yeah. There is a big dilemma between the word reality and this word that's going to appear here in a moment. It starts with the letter D. Yes, we make documentaries and animation. And the reason why we make these two types of film, I'm going to quickly talk about our history, but I won't take too long. It's because of these two guys. Here it's John Gerson, and the National Film Board started in 1939. What do you think was happening in the world in 1939? Big world event, really sad, dramatic. Yeah, World War, which one? Two. So it was the Second World War, and back in 1939, did we have the internet? No. Did we have iPhones? No. What do you think were the main ways of communication? Yeah, but let's say I wanted to communicate to hundreds of people at the same time. Telegraph would work. What about something you listen to? Radio. Yes, radio. And something you read, and it takes us up space. Newspaper is good. So John Gerson is from Scotland, and in 1939 he started the National Film Board by making short films about the war about the Second World War. Some say it started with propaganda films. Do you know what propaganda means? Fake. It could be fake, but it's mostly trying to convince or show one side of a story. This year he would be 100 years old, and now we're going to be talking about what he loves to do, which is animation, and that's what you're going to be doing today. So we're going to do a little activity now to learn the principles of animation. So there's many principles when you do animation, but there's three that are really important. So if you do a flip book, simple flip book like Rennie was talking about, or a stop motion animation like the experts in the corner there, or 3D animation or computer animation, you always have to use these three principles. So for us to remember them forever, I want everyone to stand up, please. And we're going to act them. So everyone standing up. We're all in it together. And then we shake our hands. Shake, shake, shake. You can do jazz hands if you want. Yeah, move your hips. And then put two hands in front of you like this. Make two L's. Like this. Good, good, good. I see some L's. Good. Flip one down. One down. Perfect. And put them together.
A rectangle or some other shape?
Yeah. On its side. In front of your eyes. And you repeat after me. Image. Image. Perfect. That's your first step. Second thing to do is everyone rolls their hands like this, and you repeat after me. Repeat the image.
Repeat the image.
And make a small change.
Make a small change.
Good. Again. Repeat the image.
Repeat the image.
And make a small change.
When we say animation means to give life, is we're giving the appearance of life, of movement to something that doesn't move on its own. So, today, what we'll do, in some simple steps I'll go over very shortly, we'll show you how to go for something that is still.
Come on, everyone. Repeat the image. And make a small change. Okay, one more time. Repeat the image. And make a small change. Thank you. Okay, last thing to add is speed. So when you have your flip book, do you flip it really slowly? No, fast. And speed is what tricks your eyes to see movements. It's called persistence of vision. So your eyes see something a certain way, see the things upside down, and your brain put it back right back up. So if you have lots of images that are really similar going in front of your eyes, you're going to see a continuity, so a movement. So I want everyone to make a tunnel or a bridge with one arm. With your other hand, think of the fastest thing you know. It can be a shooting star, speed of light, or running on a bicycle. And then she's going to go under the bridge, and you repeat after me. Speed. Speed. Faster. Speed. Speed. Good. We can all sit down. Ready?
Press that button.
So just to make sure that everyone gets it, because after this, we're going to actually show you how you're going to do your animation yourself. We'll just go over so everyone understands the principles. You start with your drawing. And then obviously that next step is repeat the image, make a small change. You can see over here the change is small every time the shadow is a bit different, the jump rope's in a bit of a different place. Now do you think 4 pictures is enough for an animation? No. It'd be really yes. Now if you had to guess, there may even be a hint up on the screen, how many images do you think there are in 1 second of animation? Yes? 30. Ooh, actually 30 is sometimes the speed that we use. The number we are looking for is... there might be hints up on the screen. 60. Oh.
If you count.
24. You got it. Perfect. Just to give you an idea of how many pictures that is, have you seen the movie The Lion King? Yeah. I think it's 20 years old now, which is really crazy. I remember watching it as a kid. So, Lion King. How long is that movie, approximately? If you had to guess. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe an hour and a half. Hour and a half. So how many minutes is an hour and a half? How many minutes? Yeah, is it in an hour and a half? 90. Yeah. 90. How many seconds in a minute? 60. And how many images per second? 24. So, to wrap that up, do you think one person made the Lion King all by themselves? All 130,000 images all by themselves? No, of course not. And do you think they made the Lion King in 1 day? No. It takes about 3 to 5 years for a feature-length animated film. So just think about that next time you go to the movies. If you're seeing a Pixar movie or anything else, it takes about 3 to 5 years usually to make a movie. Okay. Yes. Okay, we would like a quiet now. We're going to show you how to use paper. So Andrew at the back of the room chose for us today to do a wonderful paper cut animation. And we have the paper station here, and then we have the scissors and punch hole station here, and we have rhinestones if you want to add rhinestones, and then we have these guys that are called paper fasteners in English. In French is attache parisienne, and we have glue sticks too. But what we want to do is we want to actually show you how to make stop motion films. We have light tables, so these tables were really lucky. They were specially designed for the National Filmworks. And so under here we have light bulbs that are connected. We've got characters that Lolo actually created. And one thing is we'll show you the preview window. What you're seeing right now will look very different when we actually export the film. ISO settings. It's to adjust the brightness and the brightness of the color. You can do that to make sure that it looks the way you want it to. That's what why we're doing test shots. Right now, what I'm showing you is just how easy it is to create your character. When you're creating limbs, if you decide to make a person, you don't have to. You can make lions, tigers, zombies, boats, clouds, but really whatever your imagination is. One thing is when you are when you're making limbs that move, if this is something that you can put on all the joints, you can put the little fasteners. Do you remember the French name for the fasteners? No. But one thing is, because we're going to use a hole puncher to create So you can't do any spaghetti arms, nothing too skinny, or you won't be able to put the fastener in it. So I'm just letting you know. Sturdy characters are better in terms of what you're using. So you just attach them together.
And then you can think of what part of your body moves. So you can put the fastener at the elbow, the neck, the shoulder. What about the knees? Yes, you can.
Actually, Lolo has a story set aside.
About what?
I don't know. He was asking about yours.
I don't know.
The reason is it makes your lives a little bit easier. So instead of having to do 24 different images for 1 second of animation, which is a lot, you set it to 12, and then you can move your characters about a centimeter, like this instead of a millimeter, which takes us a long, long time. So we've set it to 12. Also, the film strip, if your computer, the film strip wasn't there, over here, and then you can see which pictures you've taken, and that helps if you have to edit or delete any of them. The button to take pictures is this enter button over here. So usually what we say is before you start moving any of your characters, you would set up the background the way that you want it set. In this case, is our background clear?
Yes, that's clear.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 second or 12 pictures of just the plain background before the characters start coming in. What that allows is it's sort of an introductory shot. It allows your eyes to focus in on what's going on. If there was a background, suddenly your eyes will focus in on it. And okay, I get it. It's taking place in the desert or out at sea
Or mystery
background in this case. So this is just background. 1 second of just the background. In your case, you can design your own background. So you might decide that it's taking place in a park or in the city, or.
And then you can use the paper station.
Yep.
The second principle of animation. Yeah, what's that?
Repeat and change.
And yeah, repeat animation, make a small change. Can everyone see the small change? Small changes should be about the size of a man. Can everyone show me how big would be a man? A big ant, it's a big 1 centimeter long. Okay, so let's move it a centimeter long. You can't see the lens.
Would that be a good idea?
Go!
So then we have little scans in. But by accident, say we did. Oh no! Right? Should we just quit and go home? No, of course not. It's gone.
And what do? You take?
Take the next picture.
You retake the same picture, yeah?
Now, if you were to have removed a picture from the middle of your film, what you would do, that's fine, just highlight the last frame again so that you would take pictures at the end. Because if you start taking pictures in the middle of your movie might not make sense anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind. So,
While we're doing our little demonstration about how to do animation, you can start thinking about stories you would like to share. Today we have a suggestion for you, and Renee is going to explain it.
so the theme, just to give you sort of a starting point, and it's pretty broad, you can really take it where you want it to go, but think about community. So what it could either be what that means to you, or it could be think about your community in particular, it could be a starting point, and you can talk about a story that happened in your community. Yes? Community is a suggested theme. If you have a different theme, we're open to hearing about it. But it's not it's just sort of a starting point. Generally, it's good to have something to go with. Because our time here is limited, we're going to have about an hour to make our films, which means we're going to have to storyboard for about 5 minutes, maybe 10, and then get into the characters, maybe about 20 minutes to make your art, and then half an hour to animate to give you enough time to do it.
So I took a little pause here. Pausing is really important so your movie makes more sense. Because in real life, we don't move non-stop. running shoe, I would bend, hold in the shoe, and then there would be a little pause, and then I would remove it.
Which we do not want to do right now. Yeah, your films would probably be about 10 seconds long, possibly 5. Depends how productive you are. Maybe even 15 if you're very quick.
20 seconds, that would be surprising.
Yes.
But it will be the best 10 seconds of your life.
So, if you had to guess, okay, let's do a little math quiz for you. If we've set it to 12 frames per second, so for every second there's 12 pictures, and currently we're at 39, how many pictures, or how long is this film?
What did you say? How much more?
So we're at like 40 pictures right now. How long do you think this film is? At the current moment. And this one we've set it to 12 frames per second, so 12 pictures per second. Yeah, so right now between 3 to 5 seconds. There we go. And so while we're taking those final pictures, I have something to show you. This will help you out because you'll be working in groups. We have these stations that are in here, 4 groups.
How many participants do we have?
We could even set up a 5th group if you want. I mean, it's set up. So we could do 4 or 5 groups. And what this will help you. The storyboard is basically your plan. The main part really is the middle section. I mean, what story would you like to tell? I mean, if you want to sum it up in a sentence or 2, you could also put the title of your film. Basically, you're dividing your story up into a beginning, a middle, and an end. When we show this example, we're going to sort of piece it out so you can see what the beginning, middle, and end. Usually, the beginning is introducing your characters. They might already be in the scene, or maybe they're off scene and they come in. That's usually your intro. The middle, this is something where something happens. In our story, obviously, it's not the longest story in the world, but it's a short story. And so Ben comes in his boat, all of a sudden clouds appear, lightning, it starts raining confetti, and then at the end Renee and Lolo appear in the clouds.
Are you going to play this so we can see it?
Yes.
Of course, but first I'm going to save it so you see a better quality.
Yes. Now the reason I'm just going over this with you is because I don't want you to spend too much time on it. The drawings, they can be stick men or stick women. It doesn't have to be the best drawing of your life because we only want to spend about 5 minutes on it. It's your plan. It's what you're going to do, and it'll allow everyone to come to a consensus, which is often hard, but is very important, teamwork. In filmmaking, you have to work in a team. You're not going to be doing movies by yourself. You need someone to operate the camera, you need other people to do different parts. Someone's going to be taking pictures, but you all can take turns at that too. You can change the animator role, change that. I'd say it's better to try all the different parts of it so that you know what you like. And that you can do it on your own after as well.
Boys and girls, just a little thing. It's important to not move everything at the same time. So I wouldn't want 2 bears moving at the same time as the fried chicken and the blanket and everything because the audience won't understand what's going on. It's just going to be shaking images. So make sure you plan your movements.
Yep. Okay. So without further ado, here is Lolo's
And
Renee's fantastic film.
Check it out. One more time.
Yes.
Look, watch the movie, man. Watch the movie that she made. They just made this movie.
That is so cool.
It's so fast.
And the little dog will do that.
Well, I agree, but you don't have. I will continue working on it one day.
That's pretty darn cool.
Okay, one more time.
Can you show us one of your long ones? Oh, so do it. Show.
Why don't we start on this? Yes, and we can look for them after because I want to give you the most production time possible so that you can make your films. And so your first step is to divide into these 4 or 5 teams. When you found your team, you can bring your bench over to one of the tables and then fill one of these out. Once this is done, let us know and we'll come make sure. One thing I should say, this part's really important.
You have to say for the camera.
create today. So it could be lots of different stories. We don't want to limit your creativity, but we really don't want anything that's extremely violent or offensive. So if it hurts anybody's feelings, that is not the type of movie we want to make today. So it can be, you can draw a Wolverine. He doesn't need to rip everybody to shreds. I mean, but the Wolverine can hang out.
The cool thing is that even as you're working, like because you don't have that much ground.
Oh, you'll see my mind.
The story's under wraps.
I know, it's a good story. But they promise with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Just use some markers. Okay, everyone, another 5 minutes, but it's the last 5 minutes.
Finish up the characters.
Oh, I love it.
So when you're ready,
So fun.
Good job, Ryan.
She's pointing at this part. And then there's one coming.
Mr. Chevrolet, right? So you make it
Okay, so my friends.
And so, Mom and Nessa,
Yeah.
for this Friday.
Guilty, come here. Come here. Francine. Yeah. You want to come up here and tell everybody what's up? Come with your partner. It's all good. He's already and remember to call your filmmaking partner. Remember to give him props. Your partner. Alright, here we go. Francine, do you want to say anything?
I started. You can't hear
Okay. There it goes! Wait, Francine, do you want to say something? No? You're okay? We have some words. We have some words. Uh-oh, here we go. Yeah.
Introducing to you zombie apocalypse. My partner and I had a vision of the zombie apocalypse. It's self-explanatory. I don't care.
Yeah.
Is that like a? All right, thank you.